Shalom. I'm out here at the park. Sure it's recording. Today's a good day. It's my day off. So I'm going around the park. I'm walking / jogging, and taking a break and doing stretches and sit-ups and push-ups. I'm going through the day without coffee. I have a slight bit of a headache, so I think it's the caffeine withdrawal. I've gone 2 weeks with coffee, and this is good. This is good. That way you're keeping your body in check, not getting too addicted to caffeine, which you don't want. So those of you who do drink coffee, try to have that 1 day a week, or if you gotta do what I do, 1 day in 2 weeks. Don't go without any caffeine, whether it's coffee or energy drink. That way your body can reset, and that way you're not addicted to caffeine. So one of these days I would like to try to go a week without coffee. So it has been years. I think maybe 2008 or 2007 might have been the last time I went a week without coffee, I think. I started drinking coffee in 2008 when a buddy of mine, he went back to India and he gave me his coffee maker, and I started using it, and then on I started drinking coffee. Okay, so I woke up this morning, checked my messages, and then I was going back and forth with some people online, okay? So I'm not a huge fan of the military. And the reason for that is the military is being used to enforce the petrodollar. And not a lot of people know how the global economy works and why it's called the petrodollar. So I'll give a brief explanation. Every country in the world needs oil. And in order to get oil, you can only purchase it using American dollars, okay? In other words, it doesn't matter what country you're from, whether you're from Russia, China, Switzerland, Argentina, Australia, the Philippines, Japan, Brazil, Chile. It does not matter. You can only buy oil using American dollars. You cannot use your own money. And in order to obtain American dollars, you're forced to trade with America to get those American dollars to turn around and purchase oil. So that's not a fair way to run the economy. It's really a sense of economic bullying, and this system is enforced by the United States military. So if a country goes outside of the petrol system, America will either place economic sanctions, really like starving a country, and or use military strikes on the country. So that would be like if I shop at a local grocery store, and because I did, Walmart sends its goons to try to attack me, and let's say Walmart has their own bank, and they force some type of sanction on me, like maybe withdraw my limits at my bank account, something like that. So that's not the right way to do things, and the world is starting to get out of this petro system. A few years ago, BRICS was formed: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And I'm hearing that Iran wants to join. I'm surprised. I think they should already be part of it. But those are the main players, and they are forming their own bank, their own system, and they're getting away from the Western system, okay? In due time, the world will eventually get off the petrodollar system, okay? That's good for humanity, but that is not good for America. The day of reckoning is going to happen in this country, and I'm currently in that country. So that's why in my videos I've been trying to tell you to prep up, get your food and water, have ammo, stock up, pay off your bills, have some money set aside, have firearms, solidify your network of friends, family, relatives, neighbors, coworkers. Be prepared because a day will come where it's going to be very chaotic. It's all indications and all evidence are pointing that this is going to be worse than the Great Depression of the early 1900s, and that got pretty bad. But likewise, more millionaires were made during the 1900s depression because they saw the opportunity, and it's debatable whether they took advantage of it in a rather conniving way. But if you prepare yourself, not only can you survive this reset, this depression, but you can prosper out of that. So if you can, if you have any extra money, get gold, silver, and if you're comfortable enough, I highly encourage you to get into cryptocurrency. Okay? Mostly I'm in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and I also do have XRP. Mainly because I want to cash in some, use it to buy a property, build the house, finish up my project in the Philippines, and ultimately have my own property in Israel, God willing. So while I was going back and forth with people on YouTube, I was explaining to them how things go, and I'm questioning the fate of America. And I wrote there that God created the Bible. He's the author of the Bible. He created heaven and earth. And if God could create heaven and earth, and He knows the future, then surely He could have mentioned America, America, in the Bible. But for some mysterious reason, chose not to. And why is that? Well, personally, I don't think there will be an America in the future. I think America, like all the other dominant empire before it, Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, the Roman Empire, the Spanish Empire, they all collapse. Those empires, if you look at history, the way they started is also how they will end. And a lot of these, well, all of them, they started out by engaging in wars. They conquered the lesser civilization, took its spoils, resources, and made it theirs. And then later on, some other civilization that was more superior to it overtook them, and then they took their spoils. Well, America is for now the superpower, and it's engaging multiple war. It's gotten away from God, and it's doing a lot of wrong things. And God cannot reward a country that murders over 65 million for abortion. Does not reward a country that engages in killing people for the sake of the military-industrial complex. It doesn't, okay? God does not reward sin. And I understand some things are probably in the military, or have served in the military, you know, someone that served in the military, well, the government, the military-industrial complex is taking advantage of you guys, you people, okay? And I myself served in the U.S. military, but I chose not to get my citizenship because I did not want to deploy. I don't believe in what they were doing in Iraq or Afghanistan back then, and I never deployed. My unit did twice, but I never did. And I go to bed peacefully. I go to bed knowing that I didn't partake in these illegal operations, and I'm just fine with that. So I did serve as a surgical technician. It's I helped assisted in DNC. I didn't really know what that was back then, but if I knew now, I never would have joined the military. I never would have done that. But I know God is all forgiven. But I'm trying to spread the truth. Listen, learn. Don't join the military. You're just joining the world's largest terrorist organization. So, hunker up. Listen to these. Get right with God. More to come. So, thank you for listening. It is Friday. I might do one more lap, listen to music, and then go home, get something to eat. Welcome in the Shabbat, and enjoy the evening. Alright, Baruch Hashem, Shabbat Shalom.